live on the 4th floor.
I'm Claire, I live on the 3rd floor.
My name is Sean, I live on the 6th floor.
My name is Ellie, I live on the 4th floor.
And my name's Luke, I live on the 4th floor as well.
We all live in Hoge.
We have some clips later in the video of like a tour of the building and like all of that stuff, but for now we're going to be doing some questions and answers that we got from Facebook and some other places. So in order to live in Hoge, you have to be in the GALIPATIA Living Learning Community, which is for engineering students. And so we have a few questions about like the actual class that you're required to take to live in the learning community, like it's called Hypatia or Galileo.
The first question is, do you think that the required work for the GALIPATIA class helped you succeed?
Yes. Can I answer?
Yes.
Okay, I would say yes, definitely. It's a lot of professional development events, so it's like resume building, networking. They'll help you prepare for a career fest, and that one actually landed me an internship, so it was very helpful. We also did, usually in normal years that aren't COVID years, they'll have slush rush, which is where you all drink slushies and then talk to different professors, and you can network there, find out about different research opportunities. Basically, yeah, they give you this free mug
And a spoon.
and a spoon. Assignments are worthwhile if you like put a lot of effort, or not a lot of effort, but like some effort into them, and they'll help you definitely in engineering.
I agree. One of the first weeks in the class we made a resume, and I hadn't updated my resume since getting to college, and that was very, very helpful.
Oh, you also make LinkedIn profiles.
Yes.
Yeah,
which
that
is
was really helpful.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a lot of like little helpful things that you probably wouldn't do if you weren't in the class, but like they'll benefit you a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I will say for the Hypatia class, it was also like very women empowering if you're a girl coming into engineering, because our Hypatia teacher was like so nice. Like she was so just like happy and fun, and like gave us a lot of advice on like how to like, I guess, like have a better mindset in engineering too, like self-care and stuff like that. So like it's more than just professional too, but I mean obviously most of it is professional, but you do learn a lot about like how to actually succeed as a freshman too.
One assignment is also to make Google Calendar your bitch. Basically, you just plan out all your classes and all the time you're gonna do your assignments, and when all the assignments are due, it definitely helps to like get you organized, and I use it like every single day. So
Good stuff.
They also make you make this like spreadsheet for
That, yeah, we'll
your
calculate your
courses,
GPA.
which like at first it's very intimidating and it's like very annoying, but it does help you like calculate your grades and stuff, because like a lot of times professors won't show you
Canvas
your
is
grade,
messed up.
or Canvas is annoying. So like it was just really nice to like have a place to like put everything and like calculate stuff.
You can like plug in test grades, so like say, oh, I think I'm gonna fail this test. You can put in a 50 and see how much it's gonna like affect your grade,
Yeah.
which is very helpful.
yeah.
Alright, so our next question is, what is the academic support like? I know STEM majors are brutal for the first couple years, and it looks like GALIPATIA does a lot to help with that. Do they?
I would say like before I came here, I wasn't sure if I like wanted to have all of my friends be engineers, but it's definitely really helpful. Like GALIPATIA does do a lot of things, but also just like living here, you get to meet a lot of people who are in general engineering. So it's like you get the best of both worlds. Like GALIPATIA puts on like academic like events, like test reviews, that kind of stuff. But then you can also like have study groups with your friends, or like go to a lounge, or like find people that can help you. So
I know that I was going back and forth between AJ and living here, and I'm really glad that I live here. People here are amazing, and you will always find someone in one of your classes.
So someone else was asking about their daughter trying to decide between two schools, and she'd received a scholarship that required her to live in Hypatia. That happened to a few of us.
So I realized we didn't really answer the question later about the actual scholarship, but I'm the only person in this group that did get a scholarship that was like that. So basically I got the Walter G. Adams scholarship, which I think there are a few other variations of it, but basically it's a 4-year scholarship, but it requires you to live in Hoge Hall your freshman year, which sounds super scary because like you basically don't have a choice about where you get to live, but basically there are no other real requirements with the scholarship. You just have to live in the learning community. There might be a GPA requirement that you have to like hold, but I think if anything it was like a 3.0, which is very feasible, especially if you're living in the learning community, because it's very easy to just like get help, and the retention rate is really high when you live here. So in terms of the scholarship, I would definitely recommend taking it. It's not a bad thing to live in Hoge Hall. It's definitely worth it, and you get extra money with it, so I think it's a really good option.
I didn't get a scholarship personally, but I was choosing between this school and another school, and I was only going to come here if I got into Hypatia. and luckily I did, and I'm so glad I chose this school. I think being in engineering and not having an engineering living and learning community would definitely be much harder, because you don't have that core group of friends who's like in all your classes and can help you study and are going through all the same things as you. I've heard a bunch of stories about engineers living in other dorms, and all their friends want to go out and, like, I don't know, have fun. You just need to realize that, like, sometimes you have to have a balance between doing work and having fun, and engineers usually kind of, they can have both, but there's balance.
I feel like if I wasn't in this building, I don't think I would have dropped engineering, but like I think I would have been a lot more stressed out. And like I'm in like a bunch of group meets, just like engineering, like class 2024, GALIPATIA, and like in the general engineering group chats, it always seems like the people that aren't in GALIPATIA are like a little bit out of the loop with just like little things. They're like, oh, how do you make a resume? How do I figure out my GPA? And it's like all things that we learn in the class. So I think that is definitely really helpful and just makes the whole first year like a lot easier.
Yeah. I have a scholarship that like required me to live here, or it was a big consideration when I was choosing my schools, because I was between here and Clemson. I don't know if you're in the same situation, but I feel like a lot of people will choose between Virginia Tech and Clemson.
Or Georgia Tech.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying Georgia Tech.
So
NC State.
yeah, so I'm not sure about the living learning communities at those universities, but do know at Clemson theirs was more like STEM based, like it wasn't just engineering, and I think that's like a better situation here, is like having just engineering majors. It's nice to have people who like understand your time commitment and like who can help you, because a lot of people here, like even if they are in engineering or they just got into engineering, like they have a lot of background knowledge in other topics too. So even if it's like a class that you've like never experienced, there's probably someone who's like going to be a comp sci major that already knows how to do something, you know, like you can definitely build skills off of other people that I feel like you probably couldn't find in like a different learning community.
Yeah, and just because you're living here with all engineers doesn't necessarily mean that you'll meet people that are only engineers. I have multiple friends that are in bio majors, business, and I met a whole bunch of people while playing soccer, and I'm really good friends with them.
Yeah, so. Like if you are concerned about like all of your friends being engineers, like you still like get involved in extracurriculars. Like there's still like way more things you can do to like have friends outside of the living learning community. But then you might also find like your best friends here, so like it depends on like your situation.
Yeah, also don't be scared that all your friends will be engineers, because like I was scared of that, and like literally all of my friends are engineers, and like they're all great. So like look at all these fun pictures. We're all fun people and we're all engineers.
If you're thinking about, if you have a MacBook and you're thinking about getting a Windows, I would definitely say if you can and you're able to, spend the money to get a Windows computer. Because one friend that I have, she has a Mac and she's definitely at a disadvantage. It's just much harder to run the software that's like required for your freshman year and probably later on Mac computers. You'll definitely like be more prepared if you have a Windows computer. And if you can and you're able to, again, try to get one where you can like take off the screen, or
a touch screen,
and it has like a pen that you can use. I don't know about in a regular year, but in a COVID year there's a lot of like writing on your screens, and it's just super helpful. Like Ellie has one right here. You can take off the screen and then use it as like a tablet.
Put it on backwards. And then you can like walk around and do homework while you're walking. It's very nice.
It's much easier to take notes on that.
It is like stupidly expensive, but if you can do it, it's worth it.
Yeah, definitely worth it.
Or if you already have like a Windows computer that like isn't touchscreen, or in like maybe you have an iPad or something, like an iPad also works pretty well, because it's the same like touchscreen. You can download like stuff from Canvas as like PDFs and stuff like that, so it's pretty easy.
It's a lot of like videos and then notes that you take while you watch the video, or like PDFs to like annotate, so that definitely makes it easier, but it might not be the same next year.
Or I'm a very big paper person. If you don't want to write on your computer, get a printer so you can print everything out.
Because there are printers on campus, like in the library, or like maybe some of your friends will have them, but it's either a long walk or it costs a lot of money. So
Trust your friends. Don't buy a printer. Trust your friends.
That's what I do, which I would recommend, but some people get like salty about it. And they don't like to print stuff for you, so then you feel bad. I asked Max for one piece of paper one day to make my mom a birthday card, and he said no. He said like I'd rather use it to print stuff. And I was like,
now we're gonna answer questions about the rooms at Hoge.
So someone said, one of my biggest concerns is no air conditioning. That is true, which looks like in most of the dorms. She has allergies and asthma, and the thought of sleeping with windows open concerns me. What do students do to keep cool in the warmer months? So I will admit the first 2 months were like very warm, and like it kind of sucked.
Not if you
but-
like the warm though.
But
Like,
you
I
know,
It was
Still,
really
I
hot.
loved it.
I will say, like, if you're walking to the dining hall and it's hot outside, and then you come back to your dorm and your dorm is also hot, it's not very comfortable at all. But being in the engineering dorm, people are pretty smart, and if you bring 2 box fans and you open both sides, so the windows do open, by the way, and there's like screens, so you don't fall out of the window. But if you open,
ladybugs.
yeah, but if you open the window,
your problem.
What?
There's like 100 ladybugs in the room. Windows,
You
one
open-
fan goes out, one fan goes in. You turn them both on, and it's like air conditioning.
and then you make your own air conditioning, which is still very bad, and like obviously it's
And it's
loud,
loud.
and it's not as cold,
nice.
but
It's nice if you like white noise when you
Yeah,
sleep.
it's
Like-
kind of nice to sleep.
yeah, like I have allergies, and I didn't have a problem with like the like pollen and like stuff outside bothering me.
Same.
But also me and my roommate both got air purifiers, which also helps. So like if you do have problems with like allergies and like particles in the air and stuff, you can also get an air purifier.
Or like a room fan.
Or
Yeah,
just
I feel like
put your fan in your bed. That's what I
oh
do.
yeah, we also have like clip-on fans by our beds,
Yeah.
which help a lot.
Highly
Just, like if you're
recommend.
like
I put one on my
very hot in bed in the
dresser.
middle of the night, you can just turn it on.
Yeah.
I actually didn't use the clip-on fan for my bed until the winter, right before we went, right before we went back home for Thanksgiving. And the reason for that was because they turn on the heat around that, and it's almost worse when they turn on the heat than in the summer. Because I know in the summer my room was always cold because we always has fans. We always had the box fans going, and we had a standing fan that rotated around the room. My room was always cold. But when they turn the heat on, it's hard to counteract that.
It definitely depends on where you live too. Like I think the basement floor gets pretty hot, and also the higher floors, like 6 or 7, gets really hot.
6 gets really bad.
So yeah, it depends on where you live,
That's
but
not-
like it's still manageable. It's not super hot, and yeah, the heat during the winter though is like way worse than the heat in the summer. I would say. So definitely like keep your fans year round, and like it's just nice to have some like white noise in the room too.
Yeah.
So somebody was asking about how you loft the beds.
Well, if you want to, and you're struggling to, this is actually how I met some of my friends the first day, is they came up to me in my roommate's dorm and said, we have some help with our bed. To help our friend Mary Claire with her bed lofting, and spent about an hour and a half beating the absolute shit out of it with a mallet, trying to get it to break free and fall down. And it wouldn't, so we called maintenance. So call maintenance.
Yeah, most of the beds are already lofted when you get here because the rooms are so small. They're not so small, but like
They're tiny.
the rooms are already pretty small, so most of the beds are already lofted when you get here. But some people want to like unloft their bed or like move it around, and that requires like a mallet and like
Yeah, you don't really need anything besides a mallet, and then if you want like the risers for under the bed, you need those. But most people, I feel like, don't use those.
yeah.
Most of the beds have like the railing, and I think if you don't have a railing, you can probably ask for one, right?
Yeah.
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 I would
Or you can just not use the railing.
Get a mattress
It
pad.
makes a huge
Do it.
difference, and it's like cheap. So for the bathrooms, they're obviously communal. The way that like the co-ed floors are, I was very confused like moving in because I was like, am I gonna be like walking down the hallway in a robe like across the whole floor? Because I thought the rooms were random, but all the co-ed floors are like, the high side by Pritchard is girls. No, don't do it.
No.
Claire has a gluten allergy. She's trying to eat gluten.
so good.
No, don't give her.
No, she won't.
They're not that bad. There's like bathroom, and then there's the showers. The shower curtains are kind of bad. They don't really close, but you kind of get used to it. And also, I find that like when I'm taking a shower, there's like no one else in there. I don't know if the other floors are like that, but
Yeah.
there's like people are never in
It's
the
very
shower.
strange.
If you go between the hours of 1 and 3 in the morning, there will be at least 2 other people in there.
That is true.
Yeah, the bathrooms get cleaned during the week every morning, but on the weekends they just leave it for like the whole weekend until Monday morning. So it gets really gross over the weekend. And our RA always texts us in our group chat about like flushing the toilets because people don't know how to do that
Yeah, I
too.
went in there and I just flushed 3 toilets because
Yeah.
it's like I don't want to hear
So
it.
you definitely have to like realize that other people on your floor are probably like gross and like didn't grow up how you did, but they're not super bad. Like they're like I've never like gone in and like not been able to like use the bathroom or shower because it's that gross. Like it's always pretty good. And yeah, there's always like one shower head that's like the best, and the shower curtains aren't that great, but yeah, just like bring shower shoes. A robe is like super nice too because you can just like walk to
Definitely
your dorm.
bring a robe.
There's a bathtub.
There is a bathroom. We all have parties in there. It's kind of lit.
Beware that sometimes
Yeah.
the floors might get a little hairy because people shave.
Don't
out
put
the
anything
window.
weird down the drain because maintenance will get angry and it will fuck up the showers.
Make sure to hang. Take your shit out of the dryer.
Yeah.
If you leave it in, people will
Don't
get
leave
mad
it for
at you.
hours.
And
3
they'll-
days.
They'll,
it for 3 days.
they'll take it out and they'll throw it on the floor, and
Yeah.
then it's like, I have to wash it again.
Yeah,
And-
people get angry if you leave your stuff.
Because there's
in
not
too
like
long.
there's not that many. Like just be.
There's
Yeah.
800 people in this dorm and there's like 11 washers, 11
Yeah,
on
someone
each side, yeah.
threw it out and
Yeah.
put it on the
So
shelf.
don't, and
Just set a timer, be considerate, like take all of your stuff out of the dryer, don't leave like your socks and stuff for someone else to have, like just
especially if you're doing it on like a Saturday or Sunday, that's when everyone does their laundry.
Sundays are-
I do it like Monday afternoon,
Tuesday nights.
Yeah.
so
Or, yeah, do
no
it
one
at
ever
night.
uses it. But if you're doing it on a day that a lot of people do it, be considerate and just take it out.
Yeah. Okay, so those were all the questions we had to answer. The next few clips will be the tour of the actual building and also the outside. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoy the next clips.
Okay, so this is the 3rd floor in Hoge Hall. We have a corner room, and it's the biggest room in Hoge. And this is how we set up our beds. We got a little bunk bed style with some storage underneath. And then here's my desk and the dresser. And then the closets are over there. And then here's the sink with the mirror where you can put your toiletries. And then we set up the refrigerator and the microwave over on this side. And then the second desk. And then another dresser. Italian soda.
Hello, welcome to our room. So unlike the other 3, we don't live in a corner room. We have a regular sized room. So if you come on in, we have our sink right near the door with storage and more storage, which is very nice. It holds a lot. My bed is over here. I have my desk under my bed, not facing the window because I feel like it gives more space. And then I also have this chair, which is very handy. It folds up, so if we ever have guests, we can just put it in the middle of the room. I have my dresser over here. And then
This is my side, so I lofted my bed because we had to. There's not that much space, and like if you want to put your desk, like I put my desk under, and then I have the same chair, but mine's just like behind the desk, which like sometimes it's a little crowded, but it's still cozy. And I did LED lights under the bed, which is allowed. You should definitely bring LED lights if you're gonna come here. Lofted bed, and then over here we have our like food, like fridge, microwave, snack situation. We brought our own fridge and microwave because you can rent through the university, but it's a little bit difficult, and it's just nice to have your own stuff. And my dresser is in my closet, so
We should have showed that.
to save space, I just put my dresser like in the closet, which does, like, if you have longer stuff, it might not be as fun, but you can also like put your shoes like on the door, and yeah, there's lots of space for that. And we have a mirror like right here.
Okay, so this is the 4th floor. It's a co-ed floor, and our friend Luke lives here. They lofted their beds, and then put their desks under the beds, and then also brought a futon for extra seating space. And then their sink is right there when you open the door, and then they got the closets with their dressers in the closet. But just like the other room, you can loft the bed as high as you want and then try to put a lot of stuff under it as storage space. Wait, I can do another clip with the pool noodles. And then on the bunk beds, you can also put pool noodles on them, because when you're stepping to get into your bed, you won't hurt your feet with the wood.
Welcome to room 421. We are here on the 4th floor, which is a co-ed floor. Yes. If you look here, we have these lovely desk touches, which, yes, storage, fantastic. As you can tell, we have no freaking storage anywhere in here. But we've decided to loft our bed. Says TV fits here. Nice. Wow, pretty. So gorgeous. A nice little Xbox and a Wii. Bring your Wii, kids. You will not regret it. And then we have storage. Yay, storage. Love that. Some nice LEDs. This wonderful tapestry of the 6-legged bison.
The flying one.
The flying one.
Not the non-flying one.
It's
So now we go from his side of the room to my side of the room. I cannot recommend it. I highly recommend.
You cannot recommend.
I highly recommend these desk hutches. They are perfect for storage and like storing like my textbooks and stuff, and also like any like miscellaneous items I have to keep my desk pretty clear. So I don't usually do homework in here, but in the few times that I would, it's very nice that I have lots of space on the desk for food. We have the mid-loft, which is very nice because not only because like you can fit the TV under there, which is awesome for like movie nights or just chilling out with friends and watching TV shows or whatever. We also can fit a mini fridge down there that's quite spacious, and so I can have like storage for like dishes and like silverware and like more dishes and other miscellaneous food items. And then I have my shoes down here, which is really nice, so I can just like pull them out in the morning and I'm good to go. I have a trunk down there, and there's a lot more. It's kind of where the crap goes if I don't want it out in the open. Just kind of toss it down there. Having command hooks and putting them over here to like hang up your sweatshirts and such is so useful as a college student. But yeah, that's kind of my side of the room.
We have not yet plugged this, but get excited. Get very, very
That is
excited.
delicious. We'll go over the closets. So, I'll look over here. So, the way I'm gonna have it set up is that I bought this more storage items because I don't have enough clothes to really fill up this whole rung. So this kind of would have been dead space if I didn't get something like this. But it's very useful for like a first aid kit down here, some like Advil. And
Give him the
Tylenol.
spotlight.
And on top of that, we've got medicine in here, like masks, and I got my toiletries in here. It's super useful for like all that kind of stuff.
And now we're going to my closet, which is literally the exact fucking same.
Oh wait, before you go in the closet and then come out of it, we have a beautiful, I cannot recommend it anymore, a beach chair, dude. This is so nice to set up, especially when you're trying to go to the drill field on a sunny day. You just like carry it with you like a backpack, and it's.
Look, there's storage. Wow. And this is our sink. Yeah, it's kind of nasty. Not gonna lie. Is that cabbage?
What? Okay, kids, remember to always clean your sink, or else it starts to get gross. That's
Where
not.
the fuck did the cabbage get?
That's definitely.
Okay, and that's 421.
Yeah.
Welcome to my room. This is me and my roommate Mary Claire's room.
Hey guys, what's up?
Yeah, we're in the basement, but it's really nice after our fire drill.
Once.
It floods like every year, but it's really nice after a fire drill because you don't have to go up all the stairs to get back to your room. So we kind of vibe. Bed's a little bit like less lofted because there's a big like bed thing up there.
The first week we were here, I hit my head on it.
Yeah, and then we put the fridge under there with our food and her chair, and then her desk is out like this. And then on my side of the room, my bed is still fully lofted because it can be. And then I put my desk under here like this, and I use the window as storage for all my goldfish. And then I've got my chair here with a caution my floor sign. And I have a wall of junk of things, memories from college. Put this from the soccer bathrooms. And then my mom sent me this for... Yeah, my mom sent me this for Valentine's Day. We have our full-length mirror, and then our quote board, one of my absolute favorite quotes. Can you maybe notch it in our sink?
Okay, so this is the second floor lounge. It's on the high side, and it's pretty big. So we got some tables over here, where you can do work and study with friends. And then over there you got a little seating area. Over this way, and a bunch of like whiteboards that you can doodle. There are lots of whiteboards that can help you do math problems or like draw if you need the stress relief. And then there's a little lounge area over here. You can like meet friends at the beginning of the semester. And then here we got a kitchen where you can cook literally anything you want. We got a stovetop, a bunch of fridges with freezers. Yeah, you do have to bring your own like utensils and stuff though. Like you do need your own pots and stuff. People leave stuff down here all the time, but it's kind of gross, so like don't do that. A little small lounge room where you can do work. And then over here we got a microwave, and then another seating area with a TV where you can watch the Super Bowl and other fun shows as long as you bring your laptop to hook it up. And then on the other side, we got a ping pong table where you and your friends can play. This is the ping pong table. People play games here all the time. We've got paddles and balls, like you don't have to bring anything.
All lounges in Hoge. There's one on almost every floor.
So yeah, this is the lounge. There's always like a few chairs in each. They're all pretty much the same. So like usually there's 2 couches and 2 chairs, and there's a whiteboard where you can like do work if you like want to do work in here. But sometimes you can just chill and like sit on the couches and stuff. And there's also 2 tables. And right now, because of COVID, there's like a 6-person capacity in all the lounges, but that might be different in the future, but just something to keep in mind. And
this is a jungle gym, which is very good for working out outside.
It's
when it's
outside
nice out.
Hoge. So Hoge is right there, and you just walk. And here's the jungle gym.
People like to work out shirtless and do some calisthenics or just play. It's a fun place.
We got some little metal bar things and some monkey bars and a climb thingy. Jess over here.
So call from the outside. Long hallway in the middle, which is one with the nice views because it overlooks
Oh my god,
this.
there's a bunny.
Bunny.
Bunny!
okay, so I like to think of it as like an H shape. Like if you looked at it from above, it's just like a long piece in the middle and then 2 side parts, and it's like pretty symmetrical.
And then there's 2 entrances. This one's called the high side, and that one's the low side.
That's Washington Street. It goes like all the way down.
Yeah.
And yeah, like
And
if
it's
you're
also nice to be on this side because you're like right next to the dumpsters. Like the dumpsters are over there, so if you have to take out trash, it's not like a super far walk.
and this side has more lounges than the other side, but that might be different next year.
Also, if you bring a bike, there's lots of places to put it. We have lots of
There's
people
so
with
many
bikes,
bikes.
so
Yeah.
you can definitely bring one.
And we're right next to this quad.
Make sure to like, comment.
What do you...
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel.
What's poppin', guys? Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more updates on the Hoge life.
And remember, don't
Go Hogies!
I live in Miles.